Hi everyone, welcome to Ethernal Realms. This week's reading is all about what do other people find very attractive about you, what do they admire and respect about you, and also in some cases how do they perceive and see you. It depends on the messages that we get for each pile, but these are the basic topics that we will cover. So this here is a pyrite cube, this pile 1. This here is a blue and champagne gold aura quartz crystal, such a long name. And we also have black tourmaline as pile 3. And pile 4 is the tiger's eye crystal. Okay. So whenever you're ready, make sure to choose with your intuition. That is obviously the first and foremost request I will make, because otherwise the messages will not resonate as accurately as possible. And if you feel drawn to more than one pile, then you can choose more than one pile. That's completely fine as well. So yeah, if you're not sure how exactly to go about doing that, then you can visit the video in the ribbon above and it will guide you through it. And once you're ready, the timestamps are in the description box and the comment below. We'll get started. Hi pile 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the pyrite cube here. We're going to see what they or people find most attractive about you. Okay, so we have plenty of cards. We're going to get started with tarot. We have the Judgment first, and then we have the 7 of Cups. Okay. You're not afraid to follow your own path. You don't make choices which are not in alignment with what is it that you desire or what you foresee for yourself. So for example, if a certain path is not good for the way that you want your career to go or your life or schedule to go, then you will not take that choice, however much other people try to convince you or give you incentives to go about doing that. You're just very true to who you are and what is it that you are wanting to create and follow in your life. Okay, so you know what you want. That's something that is very appealing to others. That doesn't mean that you are never indecisive or anything. With the 7 of Cups, again, there is that, what if it could just be like this and like that? You just hope that everything just kind of falls into place very perfect and neat and ready for you to, say yes to, right? So sometimes when in the actual world things are not just absolutely perfect, it feels as though maybe we can tweak something, or if only I had this, if only I had that. But even if that to you might sound indecisive, to other people it's still very clear that, hey, you still know what you want and where is it you want to go, what type of choices you want to make that will lead you to certain other priorities that you have. And that's very impressive to them, for you to be so clear about where is it and how is it that you want to achieve something. It might be to your detriment at times, but for other people it is quite admirable. Yeah. Also, if you're asking in a romantic context, then this is about, again, they're feeling as though there is a bit of fantasies about, I wish I was like that, or even in a non-romantic context, actually, it's just something that you feel, you look so liberated, you look so free by the way that you live your life. Your mind, at least, at the very least, your mind is so free and you kind of are imaginative and you can think very creatively. These are things as well that people think about, or you seem as though you would be one of those type of people. They fantasize about you. That's more of in a romantic context, but also it has a very respectful tone to it. It's not strictly just all that. It's because Judgment is a little bit of a serious card, so I can't say that it's just temporary or not at all serious or respectful. It is very much so. So it is a mixture of admiration and just loving, Yeah, okay. I think that's what I'm getting there. Yeah, okay, let's see more. We have the Guardian of Wands. That is the Queen of Wands. Very confident, again, decisive, knows what they want. What do you want to aspire for? And what do you want to inspire? Where does your inspiration come from? You are inspiring because you take action on the things that do inspire you. You're very careful of where you expend your energy, that as well as, again, like, you don't want to waste your time on resources that are not as important to you, nor on priorities that are much lower in the list. So knowing where it is that you use your energy is the Queen of Wands. Okay? But very compassionate still, very understanding as well, but you know, her forte is more about how do you channel, you know, where you take your initiative, where you put your energy, where do you take inspiration from, and how do you channel that? Those type of things. Our day-to-day stamina, what we put into our daily schedules that make us feel revitalized, the little boosts of energies that we need to put or should put, that's about the Queen of Wands. So this is a whole spectrum. Okay, you may be anywhere along this journey. So take it as it resonates. Everyone's different, and everyone, it's kind of how others perceive you, right? So even if you don't believe that you're that perfect or something, they still do, because they are still wanting to learn or striving towards that. But you are someone who is doing these talents a lot more justice, right? Okay, we also have Temperance. You might be really patient with yourself, with things you want to achieve. You kind of do things in moderation. You believe that something is nothing should be done in excess. They feel as though you're very patient and moderate, and you might be into living a good life, healthy life. You're into well-being and meditation, things like that, and that as well they find very inspiring. And actually they find that this is something that gives you a lot of energy throughout the day, whereas they get tired a lot faster, either mentally, emotionally, or even physically, depending on what work you do. Okay, not just work, but the type of circle you interact with, basically. Yeah. We have the Two of Swords. Okay, this is about this is kind of like it's a stalemate situation. Okay, this is a stalemate situation. So I don't know how to say this. It's nothing bad, okay? It's nothing bad, but obviously this is not that, but how do I even describe this? You're willing to fight for what it is that you want. However hard it gets, however long it takes, you're willing to go for it and, you know, make it happen. Okay? So it's a very quiet power that is kind of emanating throughout all this. And to some people, this might seem as though, you know, come on, just, you know, if it's not going to work, it's not going to work. Meanwhile, for others, it is something that is very admirable. And we're talking about those type of people, right? So they think that this thing where you are not just going to give up because it's the next day now, guys, give it up. No, you're not going to just drop everything just because, yeah, time has passed or some other excuse. It's something that you would want to follow, and if you know what it is that you want, then you're just going to go for it. And it's not in an aggressive way. It is not anything too drastic or no, it's just something that you like doing and you will do no matter what. And it's such a quiet determination. It's not that, yeah, I'm like goal oriented, I want to do this and that, and I'm competent and I will be competitive. No, it's just that you, as an individual, seem very determined and dedicated. Dedicated is something, yes. That is the word. Dedicated. Okay. Then we have the Five of Swords. Okay. There is that thing again, last man standing. You know, everyone else has kind of left their swords and this vulture is still there. And it kind of just stays put over there. You know, it's cold, it's snowing, but it is still there, right? Like, no matter what, no matter how long, no matter who stays and who goes, this is something that is important. I've made a lot of choices for this particular thing, and I must make it. Okay? It is not that you want to destroy everyone else, not at all, but it's more that you know what you want. You know what you stand for. You know what you will keep standing for. At least that's the impression that is coming for everyone else. Okay, we also have the Ace of Swords, so you're really smart, very clever. You think in a very original way, because again, to you it might not seem very original, but to other people it's something that is your unique way of thinking, you know, your different way of perceiving. You're not afraid to show it, so that's what they're seeing as well. You have plenty of good ideas and very nice imagination. You're very clear in your logic and rationale, because of which, you know, it makes sense that you would, you know, stick to your guns whenever you need to achieve something, or whenever you need to get somewhere, you know, whether it is internal or external. You have a very incisive mind, detail oriented. That's what they see about you. If you're in mathematics and science, and you're really smart in those fields as well. Yeah, I feel like you're very new to people, kind of. It's very refreshing when they see you. You're different from the usual crowd, but you're not doing anything to, you know, actively to stand out of the crowd and to just be shining and everything. That's not the point. It's just that you're true to who you are, and that's what sets you apart. And people are noticing that, and they see that, and they like all of this about you. The clear way of thinking, sharp wit. You know, that's something I'm getting, sharp wit. Dry humor for some. What else? Sarcasm. I don't know why I'm getting humor styles, but I guess you guys are funny as well. But you have very quirky ways of showing them. That's lovely as well. That's a new interpretation, actually. That's why I'm surprised. Okay. Next we have the 4th house. 4th house is about home, family, ancestry, roots. So sticking to your roots, and also it is the home of the private self. What are your private thoughts when you're alone, and how do you think, and what is it you prefer, what's your instinct, those type of things, something that's very internal to you. We also have the moon, emotion, instinct, speaking of, right? Unconsciousness, mother figure, and moon also symbolizes intuition. It's not there in the description, but yeah. Okay, you do care about your emotional well-being. You need that to be on point. Moon also is connected with intuition, so spirituality as a whole, your connection with the higher self and the other realms as well. So you could be into spirituality. I'm assuming that you are, because you're watching this video. But yeah, you have a very good balance of, you know, how do I stay stable, but I also stay emotionally connected, and what the play of the emotional connection is with yourself. Your decisions that you make, your comfort space, these type of things. I was getting something, but I don't know, I missed it. Yeah, okay, we have Gemini. You could be a Gemini, but not necessary. It's a mutable air sign. Again, very curious and incisive, very smart, very sharp-witted, and sometimes sharp-tongued as well. So they come off as a little bit daring. But again, this is a very attractive quality to a lot of people, right? So even if you don't believe these things as being attractive, people think it is. Okay, you speak really well, you speak really smart, that's something too. Airy, breezy, very free, you know, that's what it feels. But the attitude that's coming through, at least from the other people's perspective, is not exactly, they don't see you as being super, super flexible, not when you know what you want. You know, but otherwise you're okay. You know, you tread the middle path with the temperance there. You are able to go for water or for fire. You can chill, but you can also have a great time. But you don't overdo anything. So there is a, you know, unifying, that unity of the two polarities that kind of exist with the Gemini here. You know, it's always a reputation that they have two personalities. That's not a bad thing. It's just you have two different sides. It's more apparent in them, and their purpose here is to try to unify these two different elements to them, right? So it's a very wonderful place to be. You understand very different types of perspectives and reasonings, and it's basically a stepping stone for Libra, right? Okay. I don't know why I got that so loud and clear, but yes, that's something there, so it could be something important for you. And we also have the 8th house, so you have this bit of air of mystery of how do you do it and how do you think like that. And that's why you seem so appealing to other people, right? How do you think so uniquely? With the Ace of Swords, we kept talking about you having different new ideas, just a different way of looking at things, right? 8th house is where Scorpio normally sits. That is deep and transformative mysteries of the universe, of life, trying to discover that psychology, root of the problem, kind of taking a deep dive and uncovering your emotional baggage as well. So a lot of mystery, a lot of intrigue around you is definitely there, but they also think that you're very sociable. You know, it's kind of a little bit of a puzzle how you are so many things, and that's what makes you so unique, and each and every part is just as impressive. You know, you're just new, refreshing, and different for everyone. Yeah, lovely, isn't it? Okay. Then we have the Heron. Let go of convention and follow your own unique path. Exactly. I don't even need to explain that one, I guess. Yeah, you're doing what you're doing, you know. If there's one thing that's going to be unique, it's going to be your life and you and all the other lives that you've lived, and just, yeah, all of that. You are magic. That's what magic, manifestation, that a very mysterious beauty. There is something as well about your vibe is mysterious, you know. For some people it is the way you make people feel. Because there's so much moon, they feel safe, but they feel also like it's a cozy feeling, but then they're also inspired, but then they're also intrigued. You know, it's such a blend of everything that, yeah, that's what I'm getting. Okay. Prosperity, sisters, are happiness and joy. So you are prosperous. They believe, like, this is something that's like deeply fulfilled. You do what you said that you want and what makes you happy, what gives you that joy. And because of that, they know that you will be successful. You will, you know, it's no brainer. And the way that you work towards something, the uniqueness that you carry so effortlessly is obviously going to make something marketable for you. So if you're trying to grow something as well and you kind of interact with different people along the way, then their thought as well is, as you have so many ideas, you have such a great personality, and your outlook on life and things are just so different from what you normally expect with someone of your age or your culture or your background, that you can start your own thing and people will be happy to pay you. You know, with the 8th house, it is, you know, dealing with other people's money. So anything related with business and investments, things like that, are all matters of the 8th house. Okay, feed your artist. So some of you can be artists, but there's also about, just again, the creativity, the imagination. You live so true, you know, you want to express your creative side, your talents, who you are. It's just because creativity is all about how you perceive things, and it doesn't have to be conforming to literally anything, right? You're not trying to be someone else. You can't be trying to do that if you want to be successful in this field. So it's very much in line, and I think, and with the moon as well, emotions are a very big factor when you are doing something very creative. How do you channel that? Perhaps that's something, or that's some way that you cope with things, and that's why you're so precise in everything. You kind of inadvertently practice your craft. This is if you are an artist. Yeah, that's so nice. Okay, Let's get you one more card. Let's get you an oracle card. Okay. What do people find very attractive about pile 1? How you see things, yeah. When I'm in alignment with the love of the universe, peace cannot be disrupted. Yeah, exactly. Temperance is also about, staying in balance, so you're very peaceful within yourself. Yeah, this purple here, it is about crown chakra and intuition, so you listen to your higher knowing, your higher self, even if it is not something that you do externally. The way you live your life is very apparent to the outsider, that obviously you're doing really good internally as well. And this is kind of, even if they don't think this consciously, this is just why they find you very attractive. Okay, even if they cannot express it like this, like this reading, they still feel it. They just can't put it into words as such. It's just the vibe you have, just the person that you are. Yeah. And you're very chill because you're in alignment with whatever it is that you're doing, or you're getting there. You're getting there and you're working towards it. Right? You're getting there. Yeah. Okay, that's what I have for you, pile 1. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want a personal reading, you can always reach me via my Etsy shop. The link is in the description box and the comment below. I will see you in some of my other videos. Feel free to check out any of my other previous work. But until next time, take care. Bye. Hi pile 2, welcome to your reading. You chose this blue and champagne gold aura quartz crystal. That's a big name, I know. So we're going to see what other people find most attractive about you. Okay, so we have the Ace of Cups first, and then we have the Knight of Pentacles. They think that you're very sweet, very caring, very loving. You don't keep too many reservations about how much you express yourself, and that's really nice. You're very honest, you're dedicated, you're hardworking, you're steady and steadfast. People can find stability with you, and when I say that you don't hold reservations, I'm not saying that you're naive about who you let into your life. No, that's not what I'm saying. But when you know that someone is close to you, you have like no holds barred. There's no problem here. Take all my love and affection. I will care for you and I will care about you. Just be fine, be happy, and you genuinely wish for the best for everyone. Your soul is something that is shining. You give shape and direction to what is it that you truly desire. You keep kind of seeking, what do I want to do? Cups are like emotions. What makes me emotionally happy and what makes me feel safe and alive and awake and everything. What makes me capable to, give more love? Like if I don't feel it myself, how can I even express it as much? Right? Like there should be enough for me that I can then just, splurge it all over the place, right? So there is that very sweet, bubbling puddle of love type. So you're a softie, but you're also tenacious. You know that there comes a time when you have to be logical and practical and become grounded and steady and make goals and achieve those goals and go step by step into tackling every problem in life, in dealing with your projects and deadlines and literally everything. But all of this is so admirable, so attractive to other people. People might describe you as cute, but it's kind of like you have no problem expressing yourself. Not in a tangible way where you take actions, nor in an expressive, in a verbal sense, right? You just, there's a lot about that, how you express yourself, but also how you feel, and people instantly know, even if they can't say it out loud to you, that if you are able to feel and do things with such a clear vision, then you must be very clear and free inside yourself, right? That kind of goes hand in hand. But people can't really see that because Ace of Cups is a very all-permeating, kind of connects with universal love as well. This is where the soul sits, and This is where you really build a connection with the universe and the love that is present in all of the universe. It's kind of a little bit metaphysical there, but for some of you that could resonate. Yeah, you can have some Cancer placement in your chart. Something notable like a personal planet or sun, moon rising. But there's also something with like Taurus, so Taurus, Cancer. Those are something of an important. You don't have to be a sun, moon rising, but it can be like Venus or Mars, or it is in an important, house or something. It's different for everyone, but that's a side note. We'll move on. We have Explorer of Swords, which is the Knight of Swords. This crow has a direction, has a vision, it knows where it wants to jump. Okay, in one way it can seem as though it is very reckless, but on the other hand, this is like, no, I know that I want this, and all I have to do is take that step, and I don't care about, whether it is right now or later. This is going to happen. This is something that I will make happen. So there is again that very clear vision and kind of going towards your goal. You get ready for it, and then you make sure that you have your aim straight and perfect, and all you have to do is jump off that sword and fly. Okay, you will fly. It's like that. So that's something that as well is very attractive. You're a go-getter. But there is no recklessness over here, because Knight of Pentacles thinks things through, is very methodical as well. But, when it comes to like thinking about the goals that you want, you're very quick with that. Okay? That's something attractive. You're not afraid. That's what I was getting, right? Like, you're very open-hearted. You're very open to new people, new experiences, new emotions. But you're not naive about it. Okay, it's not that you like spend everything everywhere to the wrong people, to the wrong situations, but rather you need to kind of see where is it that you need to put your attention towards. You're still at a developing stage. When there are nights, then it is still that you're exploring and kind of figuring out more things along the way that need to be tweaked. It's not yet perfect. Explorer is still like exploring, experimenting, kind of seeing, does this work? If I do it like this, will I fly more efficiently? So there are, obviously it's under development stages, but it is still something. So I will get there. I'm getting there. I will get there. And they do make mistakes from time to time, and they're not absolutely perfect, not at all. But it's not the goal of life to be perfect, but rather to get to a certain place, to become a certain way, to live a certain life, all of those things. It's just a bigger picture is something there that kind of keeps the explorers of the knights of the deck keep going and going and going. Okay, we also have the Temperance. This was there in pile 1 as well. There is the determination and the dedication part is something that is common with pile 1. So if you were drawn to that as well, maybe you were confused with the first pile in this, then maybe go ahead and check that one out as well. There might be some traits that are closely matching to you. Closely. Never mind. We also have the Ace of Swords. This was there in pile 1 as well. That's interesting. I did clear the energies, but sometimes, they just come because they're just overlapping messages. Okay, we have 3 of Swords. And we have the Lovers. So you're physically attractive as well, but you are mentally very, very attractive, and the more that people get to know you, the more astounded they feel, the more respect, appreciation, and attraction they feel towards you. Okay, it's kind of like you've had a very interesting life. It seems like 3 of Swords. It's not fun. Okay, you've been through quite a bit of trouble, and I don't mean that in a generic way. It's a little bit more than the general crowd. Heartbreak, loss, disappointment, kind of earth-shattering moment where it just was not right. You felt very broken and from within, the heart. 3 of Swords in the Light Seer's Tarot deck is depicted by a person crying and has her heart broken over her, and it's kind of stitched back together, but you can still see that it is broken. You're trying to stitch it back together and kind of mend things, but it is not there yet. You can't do it yet. You're not whole yet, right? That's the thing about the Three of Swords. But seeing that there is the Ace of Cups, the heart that you rebuild for yourself, perhaps through adversity you learn that you need to love yourself more and respect and admire yourself a lot more and do correct and do right by you first, right? Have that clarity of thought and mind and not allowing just anybody into your life and putting your energy where they don't even deserve it, right? It must have come from tough lessons and a difficult childhood, perhaps, for some of you. But ultimately, you became so whole, and now you're in a much more blissful state where you're not afraid anymore to, love anyone, because you feel as though, I know what it is like to not have it, so I'm just gonna give it, and I'm not gonna expect anything back. But that's what also puts you in so much more alignment with the love of the entire universe, because you've just opened up. You just opened up. You're not expecting anything. You're just open. And that's something that comes through and is very magical to other people. It's very astounding how well you can recover given the time and given the consciousness with which you did the whole process. There are many people who are going to stay stuck there and, throw a pity party everywhere they go. There's always those type of people, but you don't do that. You know where you've come from, and you have no trouble talking about it either. If someone can benefit from it, you learn from it, basically. You've learned from it. You've grown wiser. You know how far is too far. This is, you don't go as far as ice, you don't go as far as lava, right? So you know what it is you want, and you're not afraid to tread that middle path. You know how to blend things. You know, according to the situation, how much of your attention is required, in what place, in what person, in what opportunity, just anything. And that's something that is, again, very, impressive. That's the word. People think you're very impressive. You're smart as well, obviously. The choices you have made, following these tough times, be it in like an internal sense, working on yourself or changing your surroundings in a way that it better suits you, the goals you set for yourself. Perhaps your priorities got shuffled up at this time, and now you're kind of having to try out new different things. So if you were already established in a certain field, then you would have that's a different vibe that comes through, right? But here it's kind of like exploring, trying different things and seeing where things go, and having an idea but not having anything so fixed either. Like, you have a goal, you know where you want to go and head, but you haven't figured out each and every nitty-gritty detail yet. But you have the smartness and the capability to deal, the quickness. You're very astute, that's the word. That's why people have this faith that you will achieve. Again, this is a message that came through in pile 1 as well, and I'm trying not to repeat, but it again came through. I did not intend for it to go there, but yeah, they really like that you're smart. It's something really attractive. So you might be dealing with some sapiosexual people, or you might be one yourself. But either way, the choices that you make or have made following these times, they have done you really good, and now you feel as though you are flourishing. Even if you don't feel it, people feel as though this is how you should be living. This is prosperity. This is fulfillment. This is really striving towards something. This is when you would be dedicated towards something, right? That's something that you think about. And also I feel like they themselves kind of remember, or they contemplate the choices that they have made and where are they going. You kind of inspire that within them. You make people think, and I feel like a lot of people kind of think about you after you are done meeting them. Whenever they go home, the first impression you leave is very wonderful. Even if they don't know all these, background stories, it's just there is that vibe about you, that you just know. You just feel it. And yeah, they think about you, even if they don't know why you stayed in their mind so much, even if they can't put their finger on it. You're definitely someone that comes off as so impressive in the first glance or in the first meeting that anyone would. It's kind of like that. Don't ask me how, it's other people. Right? Okay, we have Osprey. Your success is now at hand. Allow the abundance to flow to you effortlessly. Yeah, see, you feel abundant to other people. You look as though you would be very abundant and you're happy within your life, and as if everything is set, or you're moving towards something that is just very you. You feel very fulfilled, or you are heading towards that, basically. Okay. Then we have Heron. Let go of convention and follow your own unique path. This card was there in pile 1 as well. Wow. So, I think check it out. Okay, let go of convention and follow your own unique path. So you're doing right by your soul. Again, you've made some important choices and shifts that are taking you in that direction, but you're much more in alignment with yourself, your own spirit, and the universe and its plan as well. So you walk in that very fine line. You know how to redefine boundaries whenever they are needed, depending on what situation you're in and who needs what type of attention. You have a very compassionate and empathetic mindset as well. You can relate to both sides. You can be very emotional and loving, but you're also very practical, grounded, and logical. That's why you associate with basically all types of people. You can reach all types of people, and that's something as well that's so impressive. I'm feeling impressed by you right now. So imagine other people who actually see it firsthand. Then we have Dove. Feel and allow a deeper sense of peace to fill you now. This is a divine quality. Again, there's the peace, calm, moderation, keeping patience, and not doing anything excessively. An element of this was there in the pile 1 as well. But anyway, if you were not drawn to it, it's fine. You don't have to pick it at all. But if you were, then perhaps there was something there. Yeah. So getting into balance. Yeah? Or you feel very balanced to other people. You live a very complete life. It doesn't mean that you just chill and look at the sun outside all day, right? Balanced is when you do the work, when you also think, you also feel, there are ups and downs, you deal with everything, but you're still fine. You don't, internalize just about anything. You know what your personal space is. You know what you let affect you and what you don't let affect you. Again, it's not perfect yet. It's not flawless. You know that yourself, but you're on such a correct track, for you, for your life, that it's very inspiring. I don't know what practice, but some of you can be doing some meditation and getting involved in some spiritual activities as well, which kind of takes you there. You might have discovered this during your difficult time, and it's working really well. What else can I say? Okay, we have make a mission statement for your soul. Yeah, so it's kind of, what do you stand for, really? Where is it you want to go? What's your vision? What are you trying to create? What, if you had a one-liner for your life and for everything you've achieved, what would it be? What's the mission? Where are you headed? That's very explorer, or the knight. Your soul shines. This is very Ace of Cups. The Lovers is also about, finding balance within yourself between the creative divine feminine and the more doing divine masculine. One creates the space, the other does something in it. One is, all emanating. Love is something very soft and gentle, and it's just an aura. It's a bubble that you want to stay in all the time. You obviously, but there is also the, okay, what can I create? What can I construct? What can I build? What can I manifest? That is all very divine masculine, where it's all about action and doing, right? Ace of Cups, or the Cups energy, the spiritual, the emotional planes are more what do you be? You know, the vibe, all of that is... I love the balance. So the Lovers is kind of having that unity and that very flowy dynamic between these two counterparts. You know, they are very different, they have very different roles, but they work together. They do work together, always. So you being aware of it, to whatever extent that you are at this stage, is something that a lot of people still aren't. So that's very impressive, I must say. Okay, then we have, what do you really want? Yeah, I think I said that in the beginning, right? You keep asking yourself, or people kind of ask themselves, what do they really want? Because you are following what you want to do, and it's different, and you're not afraid to stand out and follow your own unique path, like the Heron says. But it's kind of, it really does make them think, what do you want? What do I want? You know, what are they creating? Well, how are they doing this? This is some question as well, perhaps for you to kind of think about what next step would be for the Knight of Pentacles in your next goal, basically. What's your honest truth? We did talk about this, right? Knowing what you want, knowing where you want to go, what do you want to create. Honest truth comes from the heart again. You just know, it just is. There's no need to defend it. You don't feel the need to defend your beliefs. And you just shine. You just be whatever it is that you are. We have Sagittarius, which is a mutable fire sign. You could be a Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, but you don't have to be. It is all about the energy. It's all about philosophy, personal belief system, your broad-mindedness, your level of foresight. You can kind of foresee that if I do it like this, it's not going to work very well, so perhaps I will not do that. Instead, I will look for another thing that will get me to the big picture. This is the bigger goals, the big picture, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Who am I becoming? What am I becoming? Right? It's the philosophies that you have for life. You know, if you were asked to give advice to certain people for life, what is it? What would be the first few things that you say? Right? That's something there. Feeling optimistic and hopeful because you are very connected with the universe itself, and you're doing something that makes you feel more open, basically, right? When I say connecting with the universe, that's literally infinite possibilities. Anything can happen. And when you really feel that, when you understand that, the very day-to-day limiting things, they stop mattering so much. And hence you kind of preserve your own mindset, right? You don't waste your time. We have the 9th house as well. This is where Sagittarius sits. So double Sagittarius energy. Again, philosophies, belief systems. Higher education as well. Foreign countries. So this, you could be in a foreign country because of which, you know, the locals in the new place feel as though, even though you're an outsider, it's just so unique and bright and lovely. You know, perhaps they don't have a very great experience. It usually happens, right? So people might not have a very great experience with foreigners, but you somehow change the definition and you're very you. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it makes them question as well about their own belief systems and what are they following and how do they get to their own big picture goals. There's a lot about learning and teaching from each other, right? So you learn from the people in your society. Some people might see you as a teacher because you have the courage to do what it is you want. Or you might actually be a teacher as well. I was surprised because we have Jupiter. Jupiter is all about luck, growth, expansion, optimism, and understanding. He's also the great teacher of the celestial beings. And Jupiter rules Sagittarius and sits normally again in the 9th house. So we triple Sagittarius energy. You definitely are some sort of Sagittarius. You must have a lot of planets in there or something. If you know your birth chart, you know what I'm talking about. But even if not, it's not a problem. It seems pretty significant, just this energy. Wow. This is the first time So you might be a very hopeful person, or you give a lot of hope to other people, and the way that you express your optimism is, again, it comes from a place of wisdom and from a place of experience. You know that you'll get through it, so whatever encouraging words you say, the way that you motivate other people is just so genuine, and it works. It works because it's backed up by some logical understanding. It's not just up, it'll be fine, yeah, whatever, don't talk about it anymore, just be in denial, it'll be fine. No, you're really saying something that is practical for them to employ at that time, or something that shifts their mindset and makes them see things from a different perspective, right? Wow. We also have the 11th house. So some people might think that you have the capability to be so famous. I don't know why I got that. It's just so much global. 11th house is about the large community, the global community at large. That's where Aquarius normally sits. Humanitarianism, like you can be of service to humanity, you can teach something to humanity itself. Wow, that's... People are really impressed by you, The title should be what's most impressive or something. No. Yeah, they're really... you can be, for example, friends with a lot of people who are currently living in many different places, and the exchange that you have with all of these people kind of broadens your understanding even more, because of which you come off as very broad-minded, open-minded, and very cool wherever you currently are. Wow. You kind of want to do right by humanity for some people. You want to serve some type of purpose. It doesn't have to always be a very spiritual road in order to do that. You can be very purposeful in many different ways, so it's up to you how you want to contribute. I just don't like the misunderstanding that if you're following a soul purpose, it just means that you do spiritual work. That's just not true, right? You can, though. Obviously, you can. But it is something about how do you serve the greater good. It is not very touchy-feely. It's not very attached to anything. It's just the collective. Yeah. They feel like you have a very expansive outlook overall with everything. And because of that, you're able to deal with the everyday situations so much better. And even if you are falling, because you have this goal in front of you, or you have an idea of what is your vision, what is it you want to create, because of knowing all that, you can deal with things so much better in the right now. Many people have a lot of problem trying to do just that. And just this one little thing can solve so many problems, right? You must have noticed it yourself. Okay, we'll get you... I knew it. The first pile went for like 20 minutes, and I knew that the next pile is going to go for 30 for sure. Or, something around that. There's too many cards. Can I have an oracle card for pile 2, please? Okay. I choose love no matter what. Yeah. Love as in of the universe, to give love, to express love, and knowing that that's something that will unite everyone, and that's basically what everyone needs in the end anyway. So if you can give a little bit, at least one person is happier than they were before. There's a very noble quality to this card, definitely. Again, that choose love to give to just the world. Just take. I don't expect anything. I'm not doing this out of any type of selfishness or greed, needing to gain something. It's just something that I am, and I just want to express it. Your soul shines. The soul is not interested in money or anything, right? So it doesn't mean that you don't earn. That does not mean that. But that's not like the topmost priority that you are like running towards. And people respect that, especially in such a materialistic world nowadays. Doing what you love as well, yeah. And happiness is my birthright. So again, there's a lot of joy and optimism. So you bring hope into people's lives and you live happily. You try to stay as high vibe as you can whenever you can. And whenever you're not, you try to address that and figure things out and basically return to your happy state. And that encourages other people to do the same as well. And them to find the happiness during difficult times too. And by seeing you, they also know that nothing can be so bad for so long, for so long, that you can never get back up. It's just, do you have the courage to get out of your current stagnation or not? Right? That's usually where people trip up. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Pile 2. Thank you so much for being here and watching this reading. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want a personal reading, you can always reach me via my Etsy shop. And the link is in the description box and the comment below. I will see you in some of my other videos. You can check out some of my previous work as well. Feel free. But until next time, take care. Bye. Hi Pile 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the Black Tourmaline. We're going to see what people find really attractive about you. So the first two cards we have are Empress. Why did I say Empress? Okay. This is Temperance though. And this is the High Priestess. Okay. So first thing is that people think you're a very balanced person. This Temperance has been coming up in all three piles. I don't know if this is some type of collective thing of all the people who are watching. Interesting. But like that you're really moderated in your approach towards life and there's nothing too extreme about anything. Very well balanced and knowing when to be what. But I'm getting more of the alluring vibe as well with the High Priestess especially. There's just something like you don't know what you get. And that's what makes it very intriguing. You know, you can be very fiery and passionate, but you can also be very compassionate and loving. And what side of this and across where in the spectrum it is that you want to express or show yourself depends a lot on the other person. So it's like there's always the quest by other people to, you know more about who you really are and how how are you so flexible. That's something. How are you so flexible with the people that you interact with and how you, deal with those conversations in different settings. That's something. Because I don't know how else to explain this, but some people just are that, you can't think of them outside of their workplace and anywhere outside in casual settings just kind of looks off. Meanwhile, there are some people who look more at home in a more casual setting versus in a professional space or in a more formal space with strangers, etc. But then there is the group which just fits in wherever and whatever the people, whatever the crowd, whatever the culture, they are able to, gel with everyone because they have a very moderate, humble way of looking at things. You don't pick a side because you don't believe that there is just one thing that is absolutely correct and that's it. That there is no more questions or arguments to be had. You have a much more expanded understanding of things because of which, that is something that has become a bit of your talent. But there is that alluring and seductive vibe as well, definitely. And I did say Empress first, so the feminine energy is something that is as well very pronounced. The Temperance is usually a neutral gender, but as of now, this is what they notice. The more feminine side of you, where they as well feel more calm and peaceful because you have a very neutralizing presence of more accepting and receiving. The high priestess is kind of sitting there and kind of receiving the information. It's not about, interrogating the universe and trying to get and grasp those ideas. It's just being in a receptive state and seeing what comes, and that's a very feminine energy way of being, right? You make space, you make the mindset, you make yourself ready, and you are allowed to receive. That is something where a lot of people fail as well, where the feelings of, I know I deserve it, I know I deserve whatever knowledge is coming towards me, or whatever perspective is coming, or anything, so the people that I interact with, I know that I can get along with them because I listen and I just treat them like normal people, regardless of where they come from. There is no reservations. It's a very open way to be, right? And that's because you are very open yourself, within yourself. You want to know, and you want to kind of tweak yourself a little bit. For example, this working method doesn't agree with me. I'm going to try a bit of rest and then work, and then rest and then work. Versus if it is something of a chore, then you might as well, get it done at one go, right? So you kind of moderate or allocate different ways of working to different situations. So that way you're very flexible. You don't have a set method, and you adjust in the moment. And you're very aware of what you need to do in that moment. These are major arcana, okay? So these are like some very big, loud messages that definitely come through about you to other people. Whether it is something that you're doing very consciously, or you are already aware of it or not, this is something that people find very attractive, and they kind of are very curious, well, how do you do it? How do you just know? You can be very highly intuitive as well, which again, if you do as a profession, then obviously that is something that is coming across. But kind of having that inner compass really fine-tuned, where you can actually just go with your intuition, and you don't need to question whether you need to trust it or not at that time while making any decision. Yes, wow, that was a lot of messages from just those cards, and you have like a bunch of other cards as well. So, the first card, we have the Tower. So you have a very striking presence. When you enter the room, people notice you, whether that's in a physical sense or just as a vibe of yours, okay? But again, you have that very alluring type of vibe, so you might be like really physically attractive too. It kind of shatters their walls, being a little dramatic here, but you have a very striking presence, or you have striking pose, your personality, the way that you speak, just your presence, you make them as well question things. They see things very differently. You have a very strong impact on people's lives, whoever that you come into like deeper contact with. People are generally surprised by you. Yeah, like your appearance might be very deceiving to the amount of things that you've gone through, your age, your culture, your background. Something is just, it's not just all neatly in line. You don't follow a specific template of any type. And that's something that's, very surprising about others. They might not look like it or something, but there is that element of surprise and shock when they get to know you. Okay, we have the Child of Pentacles, which is also the Page of Pentacles. This is again being like, the entire field is open. I'm just gonna take a look at this coin here, the bear says, and then I will move on to the flowers, and maybe I'll move ahead a little bit in the field. Like, it's all expansive, it's all open, it's all, in a state of reception. Things are coming and you're absorbing and you're learning about things one by one. So again, that very steady, moderate type of pace where you go, if you do something, do it nicely. It's kind of that attitude for the Page of Pentacles. I'm just going to absorb it thoroughly. I'm going to see it and feel it and understand it and sense it and develop. That's how intuition is developed, right? You just observe enough that you have so much of an idea in your head that you don't actively need to think about anything, but you have an understanding of what that specific circumstance would lead to, or that person might be like, etc. Right? So it first begins with receiving information. You need to learn first, and then you need to go out and contribute. Right? So that's Child of Pentacles, that you are curious, like you're thirsty for knowledge, and you're very open-minded again. You know, you don't have any qualms about, oh, I don't talk to that culture or that religion or this and that. No, none of that. And again, that can be something surprising to others as well. How can someone be so open and not leaning toward one extreme or the other, especially in a world of so much divide, right? That's something that could be really shocking for other people. Okay, we have the Queen of Wands, or the Guardian of Wands. This is new to me, so I kind of forget what is what. But Queen of Wands is very confident. Again, super attractive, very creative, has a new perspective, kind of is about where do you draw your inspiration from, where do you expend your energy. You don't want to waste your time on things that are not at all your priority, nor with people who just waste your time and energy, or their time and energy and effort, all of that. Very confident, really, like, look at the salamander just approaching the fire, you know, not afraid. It understands what the fire is and has a respect for it, right? That's why it knows how far is too far, how much is too much. But it's very brave and very courageous. It's not, I mean, come on, can you imagine someone not at all being afraid of fire, like you being in a burning building? Come on, everyone's gonna evacuate, right? Not the Queen of Wands, though. She's in her element, okay? Very passionate and driven, but again, there's no rush, there's no haste. It's just something that is just a state of being. You're passionate about life, you're passionate about people, about anything in general, okay? But that is something, that vitality, that glow. That glow is something that comes out very strongly for others. Okay, we have the High Priestess again. I love it in this deck as well. So wonderful. So again, that whole intuitive, your subconscious mind, being aware of your inner workings, and how you can really shift the course of how you lead your own life is something that's very impressive for other people as well. It's very attractive about you. High Priestess, again, there is the alluring, seductive, not knowing, very mysterious, and there's people just know that there is a lot more to discover about you than you let on, or that they have ever known. It takes a while, a real while, to, you know, get to know you completely, because there are just so many layers to you, you know. The High Priestess is layers and layers. She is a physical person. She's an actual person incarnated here. But she is so deeply connected with the spirit realm that she halfway belongs to that space anyway. You know, that intuition, that knowing, that awareness of a much deeper you is something that shines. You shine because of knowing all that. And therefore, you can always be in that very receptive and humble and very grounded state. You don't lose sight of where it is you're going. It's not to be pretentious and claim that, oh, hey, now I'm spiritual. Now I'm just gonna, you know, go up to, you know, heaven and become an angel. No, it's really just to know, just to understand, and just to progress. And you always remember that you're one among so many, but being that one is in itself so powerful, and that just brings out so much more of your essence. I'm just feeling this, okay? I don't know if other people think that very consciously or not, but that's something that I'm getting about you, because the High Priestess is like double emphasized. Yeah, you're just very connected, and you have some very important things to say. It's something like that people feel, at least the ones that are around you. Your spiritual ideologies and philosophies, the way that you perceive different situations, that's something of a wonder as well. Yeah. Okay, we have the Nine of Cups. You're glowing again. You're really glowing. I don't know. So your skin might be real good. Your hair might be amazing. That's something as well. Oof, look at that. That's something there. Nine of Cups is also about feeling really self-fulfilled, and that is coming through like outside of you, even if you're not trying to do anything about it. But because you're living what is it that you want to do, you have some things that you want in life and you have a deep appreciation for them. You're very grateful about things, and that's something that people find so attractive, like really to be genuinely grateful about things. I don't think I've seen that very often. It's always like kept away and kind of yeah but statements, yes, this is good, but just being happy because some things are happy just are. That is something that's as well very refreshing. This Nine of Cups in this deck makes me feel very renewed. It's such a sober fulfillment. Sitting at the beach, it's real calm water, and the tide is kind of moving backward. There's a dandelion. It's just very soft, but it's so pure, That's something that people really find attractive about you. It shows on your skin. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, I don't know how that works. Don't ask me, but that's something that kind of shows up. Okay, and we also have Two of Pentacles. So the way that you manage and juggle your different tasks, also how you manage and balance yourself. How do you maintain the equilibrium? The balance between the divine feminine and the masculine, action and reception, intuition, but also tangible knowing, work and home. Yeah, how do you juggle things and manage them and do it so well? And you're busy, you do many things, but you do all of them so effortlessly. Yeah, that's something. You could be a businesswoman or a man, because we have the Guardian of Wands. This is definitely a business person. Also, it can be something related with spirituality as well. But there is obviously definitely like a feminine touch to things, either in terms of empathy or in terms of reception. It depends on your general attitude as well. So take it as it resonates. Don't force it to fit. If it doesn't, it's just something extra that came. Okay. We have the 11th house for humanitarianism, big groups of friends, massive community, social media, in a very global platform way. So you being or building your own community out in the public, like thousands of people and stuff like that. That's all 11th house, very Aquarian, futuristic. I always forget one. I can't remember. Okay, we also have the 7th house. This is about your one-on-one serious relationships. This can be business partnerships, romantic partnerships, just very one-on-one personal interactions that you have. That's the 7th house. It could be a Libra, Aquarius, something of that type, but also it can be definitely a Pisces as well, with so much High Priestess. Okay, we have the 6th house. 6th house is about your day-to-day work, your routine, health and fitness, the diet you maintain. So this glow could be because you lead a very healthy lifestyle. Lifestyle is the 6th house as well. We have midheaven, individuality, career, goals, and public life. It's as though you belong on a very public platform because, again, I felt that you have some things very important to say, or you could really benefit to a much larger crowd than you do right now. And if you already are in this thing, then it's just saying, great job, keep going. Work regularly, work every day, and kind of build a very wonderful relationship with all the clients and people that you come across. You have goals and you achieve them. You're an individual. You're very unique for sure. High Priestess, very unique. So keep at it, basically, right? like you're very, the career is something of an important thing for you. That's how you have developed all of these skills as well. And these people that you're asking about, they could be some people that work with you and see you every day at this workplace. Okay. We also have the descendant, shadow, denial, projections, and opposites attract. Descendant is again also about how other people see you, you know? Because it's right opposite the ascendant. Ascendant is how we show ourselves to be or what we appear to be. But descendant is how others see you and what you put onto others. So that's the projection part. That's an interesting card to get. I don't know why it is here. Oh, okay, I get it. I get it. It's kind of like, I don't know why this oil and water is coming in my head. Okay. So oil and water do not mix, right? Oil floats above water, but both of them are liquid. So there are some similarities, but they're very opposite, right? That's something of a descendant thing, and there's a lot about juggling two different aspects. Having also with the high priestess, you're here, but you're also there, and you kind of have to have that equilibrium in order to have a healthy communication within yourself, in the world around you, your routines, your schedules, the people you fit into your life, the type of people you want to attract, and what are you building. All of these things, there are just many, many different components that are going on, and you're having to deal with all of that. And you are doing, that's what, the effortlessness was coming through, but it was kind of like what is happening outside of you is basically a projection of what is happening inside of you. So how you show yourself to be is how others are also perceiving you. So I like that there is a direct reflection of things. So it becomes easier for you to know whether you are on track or not, right? I really like that. So they see that you're so different to them, other people, but at the same time, they're magnetized because they're so curious to know what the other type of person would think like. Being opposite, you're still so unique and magical in your own way that it kind of makes people wonder, how? How is it possible? In what ways are you opposite? In what ways are you, like, what is, oh my god, I don't know how to say this. So I used to struggle with patience quite a bit, but then I met a person who is just absolutely patient, okay? Completely opposite, right? But I'm like, how are you this patient? That's something that was very popping for me. Like, I'm not that, like, I don't have that, and I would like to be a lot more patient, but I'm not. And you are. How are you this patient? It made me really curious and wonder, because that's a way to learn from each other, right? When there are differences, you see that, hey, that's something different. What is that different? I don't know this yet. Right? So they want to learn from you, and you seem so different, and you do things in your own way, and you have your own style with everything, and yeah, I feel like you're very intriguing and just very mysterious. You bring about these thoughts and feelings within other people that were generally, like, you didn't even think about them. Like, normally I didn't even wonder, like, oh, am I too patient or am I not patient? I never thought about it. But then when I see something that is the other side, then I notice that there is another side, right? I hope that makes sense, but that's what I was getting. And we have Leo. So you could be a Leo Sun Moon Rising, but this is mainly talking about your creativity, your passion, your fire, your determination. It's a fixed fire sign, so but it's passionate about something, is gonna get there. Okay, it will get there. That's a Leo. using brute force, using sheer determination, using just sheer passion and charm and whatever it is at its disposal, it will use everything and it will get there. There's that very sparky thing about it, right? Plus it is ruled by the sun, so that's super fiery again. But I really like that this side is more talking about the Guardian of Wands that we got here. It's more about the fire element. Meanwhile, the High Priestess and the other things are talking more about the more feminine and more gentle touch. This Leo as well has a massive heart. So big heart, very forgiving and very compassionate and empathetic at its best expression. Yeah, that's something as well. So it's like everyone can feel warm and cozy with you. Anyone can feel comfortable with you. Even though you're not the same. Wow. I love this. Okay. We have Pelican. Choose to follow the path of forgiveness and raise your vibrations. So forgiving could be something because you have a bigger perspective and you're kind of like, you know what? It's fine. I understand why you might do something like that, or why you might say something like that, or why this would happen in my life. I get it. Okay, fine. You know, there's more of an understanding and acceptance because of which you forgive. And we have Grouse. Embrace the power of dance and movement and to access your highest guidance. Right. Mixed the statements. Okay. So that is, again, you could be a dancer or an artist of some sort. It's yoga. Yeah. But it's about your physique is alluring. Whether you're a guy or girl, it doesn't matter. Your physique is very alluring. Flexible, again. So in life, in the way that you lead things. So on and on. That's something there. And we have Osprey. Your success is now at hand. Allow the abundance to flow to you effortlessly. Again, in a more receiving state. Developing the feelings of acceptance and deservingness, knowing that you get what you work for, what you're manifesting, what you have created for yourself, the actions you've taken, the thoughts you've put out, and the emotions that you've placed, the passion you have, the drive with which you strive towards everything. So all of this is just, it makes a person, you know, that what people see is a culmination of all of these things that are happening in the inside, right? So an outsider cannot really place and segregate and pull apart so many different factors, so they won't describe you like that. But obviously, when they kind of dig a little deeper and wonder how it is that you are like this, then they can see that it's because you allow yourself to receive as well. So again, that healthy balance is popping. Yeah. Okay. Again, we have plenty of cards. Of course, you will also go to the 30-minute mark. The first pile was 20 minutes, and I thought the next two piles might be longer. Yeah. Okay, we have Nourish the Sacred Feminine. Again, the moon is... The High Priestess has the moon on her head. The High Priestess here has the moon in the shell. So moon is clearly a very important factor here. Very feminine energies popping out. Accepting, receiving, space, intuition, spirituality in general, well-being and lifestyle in general, all of those things. So nourishing, it's self-care. Yeah. Very attractive, gentle, soothing, very calming, but very mysterious. Alluring, seductive. Oh God, I keep getting those words. Okay, what do you really want? That is the next one. So again, following your dreams and kind of, is it worth my time? Is it worth my effort? Is it worth my energy at all? You make them think that as well. This is something that came in pile 2. Yeah. But once you know it, go for it. fill your cup with sacred giggles. You're very, you can be very jubilant, joyous, bright. You cheer people up, and yeah, I mean, Leo is associated with fun times and creativity and all those hobby activities that you just do for fun, right? Leo just want to have fun, you know, it's just a big baby, basically. It's okay, I'm a Leo. It's okay, I can say that. But yeah, it's just really being very, very joyous, and you make people laugh and be happy and feel good about themselves as well. Everyone feels quite nourished in that way. So it's not just about let's be quiet and be in a very soft space all the time, but also, you know, make people laugh and just distract them through your bright presence. Even the Guardian of once is like that. She just picks people up. It's like, okay, don't be so doom and gloom. Let's have fun a little bit. Okay, laugh a bit. Feel good, feel inspired, replenish your energy levels, and then get back to work, you know? So that's a time for laughter and break as well, and you're able to do that too. What can't you do? Integrate your knowing. That is so High Priestess. That is so High Priestess. Come into... like I said, oh my god, I said this already, that you're a culmination of everything that you have learned so far, all the qualities that you have, the little things, the nuances that you have within you, whether people see it or not, is something that makes that overall persona that people are so drawn to, right? So you're a very integrated being. Know what I mean? It means that you have the masculine, you have the feminine, you have the very sociable, you have the very, you know, oriented to work, very focused. You are different, but you're familiar. You make people laugh, but you're also very serious. You can be serious. Yeah, so it is just a fine-tuned version of all of this, of, you know, what is really true to what you are. What is your real character? What do you feel like? This is me. You know? Lovely. Okay, one last card. Oh, this is going more than 30. Great. Yes. Pile 3, pile 3. What do people find very attractive about pile 3? That. Too many. Okay. Again, too many. Yeah. You just got extremely too many cards. Too many. When I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. So this is a way of being aligned very much. So it's kind of like, again, that very receptive state where you just let go, you just go with the flow, and you know what you want and where it is that you want to go, but you're not very rigid with how it is you approach it and things like that. So that's something that's very nice. You surrender previous judgments and old memories as well. You're able to let go a lot better, at least now, as compared to how it was before. This would be from some people who have seen you develop. Energy flows where my intention goes. I think that's a little bit obvious. We already talked about it. And I'm unapologetic about what I desire and trust that what I focus on will grow. Exactly. That trust basically is coming from when I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. You know, I just trust a little bit more. Each time that something comes true, my manifestation is realized, or I figure out how I'm going to move forward now, etc. Right? So that's what I have for you, pile 3. It was a long reading, but I hope you enjoyed. And if you did, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want a personal reading, you can always reach me via my Etsy shop. The link is in the description box and the comment below. If you want to check out some of my previous readings, you can always feel free to do so. But I will see you some other time. Until then, take care. Bye. Hi pile 4, welcome to your reading. You have chosen the Tiger's Eye Crystal, and we'll get started. What do people find most attractive about you? Right, so we have 2 of Wands first, and then we have 8 of Swords, and we have the Temperance. Temperance has come for like every pile. Okay, some position or the other. Temperance has come. Very interesting. But what people see about you is, and not just see, but find attractive, and also are impressed by, admire, things like that, is your ability to look to a bigger picture point of view. Okay? 2 of Wands is being in one place, but still looking outward and seeing that there is this whole ocean that you can cross, and life will be completely different, right? It's about travel, it's about adventures, it's about seeking adventures, thinking, planning ahead, looking at what is next, wondering what more is there to explore, what more is there to question and wonder about. So this inquisitive, kind of edgy side to you is something that is very attractive to others. And the 8 of Swords and the Temperance is kind of that you're able to move past the fear. Where, moving to a brand new country or a brand new state, wherever it is you are, and what this daring adventure or relocation or travel might be for you. Other people around you are not very comfortable with making such a shift, and it's very interesting for them to see that you don't mind, you're not scared of this big change. You're just like, yeah, okay, so we'll go to a new place and live in a new house in a new country, so big deal. You're a lot more casual, and you don't it doesn't mean that you're not at all nervous or that you're just gonna figure everything out and that you will never face any hurdles. That's not the point. It's just you trust that you will get out of it. You trust that you can deal with it. You trust that, you can work through it one by one, and, just keep a, steady mindset about you. Because, yeah, it is a big shift in some way. So you might be looking for transformation, but the fact that you're looking for change and wanting change is something that is very attractive to other people, that, you're fun in that way. Anyone who explores and likes these adventures has to have a lot more free-spirited other qualities as well, right? But you're not too much of anything. You're not being reckless by being like this, for the heck of it. You're not taking a rucksack and just being, okay, I'm gonna move to the next continent now. It's not anything too risky, but it is definitely like a big shift, whether you're planning for this now or you have already done this and this is kind of the new place and you're wondering what people think about you, or what is it that they like, and you've seen the looks and what is so appreciative about you, right? So take it as it resonates. You're able to push past fear. And also there is this level of humility, like you're not seeing how beautiful you actually are, There's this sprightly side to you. That's the word I'm getting, okay? If you don't know it, it's not a very commonly used word, so you can maybe Google it. But sprightly is, yeah, I can't explain it. Just Google it. Okay. Yeah, that is definitely something that people see. Okay, then we have Explorer of Cups. That's the Knight of Cups. So you're very fine with exploring your emotions, expressing your emotions, You're connected with your creative side. You want to know more and more about what would make you happy. You know, what keeps you from being happy? What would be a more fulfilling place for you? Do you feel at home here yet? If not, why? And why not? And what can you do about it? You know, it's so, let's try this. Does this work? Maybe try that. Does that work? That's very Explorer of Cups. Does this make me feel good now? You know? Okay, then we have 10 of Cups. So again, very abundant, very beautiful. Someone who can, you know, you can just light up the room. There's just so many colors and it's all yellow and, you know, that's so bright and cheery. You make everyone feel very happy. Somehow you have a very positive vibe and uplifting vibe about you, just because you yourself are very collected and efficient in your own way, in the way that you lead life. But at the same time, you don't want to stick to your comfort zone all the time. It's not somewhere you want to stay in forever or something. Right, so you appreciate change and you agree that that's how you've grown and that's how you've explored so much. I feel like you come from a variety of experiences, whether that is in a way that your family is a little bit out there, or it could be your upbringing that was something different and it made you this diverse. You know, there's a whole diversity of things, and that's kind of opened you up to in your mindset and in your emotions as well. Yeah, you have a better understanding of a lot of different things, and it has not exactly been easy, but it's not about being easy or not. It's about how do you deal with things, right? So that's something very respectable about you. We have the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is very logical, rational, has goal in mind, has an ideal in mind, follows the truth, is honest with herself, brutally honest with herself. You might, you know, sometimes take it a little bit too far and put yourself down as well. But again, it's kind of, how do I say it? It's like when smart people say that they're not smart. Come on. Really, you know, it's kind of like that in a very cute, ironic way. I know that you're being sad at that moment, but people would think, oh, come on, really, you're fretting over this. You know you can do it. You've done that. Why can't you do this? Come on. You know, something like that. So you might, it's not that you're not serious about your sadness. You're sad, but then they're like, yeah, but that's, you don't need to be sad about this. You're great. You're awesome. You got this. You know, that could be some of the scenarios that play out for some of you. This will resonate with not everyone. It's a little bit of a specific one. But yeah. Then Queen of Swords is, again, having that vision and ideal that you fight for. Not fight for, you strive towards. Swords are like you strive towards something. You cut through all the other distractions and you stay true to what it is you want to build. You think clearly, very smart. Yeah. So people might think and are impressed by your smartness. But you do that in a very effortless way as well. You're not doing that to be like too clever or a smart ass or a cunning person. Not at all. You're just doing you, but you're just naturally smart, and that's something that's noticeable to other people. We also have Explorer of Swords. So being open to exploring your own ideas and kind of taking a dive and seeing how things work out. We have two Explorers, so you're still kind of figuring things out as you go, and that kind of comes with the Two of Wands type of vibe, right? You don't know yet what exactly is going to happen, or what each nitpicky detail you don't know yet, but you trust that you can handle it, right? Explorer of Cups explores the emotions. He doesn't know what he's going to find yet, but he trusts that whatever comes, he's going to deal with it and he will learn from it, and eventually he'll go to the Queen and the King of Cups, right? Same goes for the Explorer of Swords. Very ambitious and driven. Once the goal is set, go for it, try it out, and go get it done, basically, right? Very masculine on one side and very feminine on the other side, the approach. So again, the temperance, the balance of the temperance is coming through. Sometimes you might struggle with one side or the other, but that's okay, and that's what makes you human. And while you might think that it's a big flaw, other people think that that's what makes you so relatable, and something that makes them feel like even they can deal with their own problems and things that hold them back, and that they should also give it a go sometimes, right? You do get out of these situations, you always do, and you make it out and you learn from them. That's how you find that, fine-tuning. It all comes from experience, right? There's no problem there, and it's very adorable. I don't know why, I was trying not to use that word, but it just keeps coming. Adorable that you worry about blah blah blah. Okay, it doesn't need to be such a serious thing. Obviously, as an outsider, there can be more objective, so they can see that you don't need to worry about something, but because you do, you just come off as really cute. Okay, whether you're a guy or girl, it's not gender specific. Yeah, okay. Then we have the Six of Swords. So yes, you have been through stuff, and the lessons you have learned from them, you have come victorious, and you are transitioning into a new time, and you can see why you would go through these things. You're not happy about it, and all experiences have not been very, very fun and something that you would want to experience again, but it did make you a certain way, the person that you are today, and you want to give it the due respect, right? And you know that there will be better times to come. There will be that sunlight that you can look forward to. There will be that hope. There is always that hope, and nothing is without a reason. And even if that reason is just to shape you into a certain personality, right? Just to bring you that change in attitude that is needed for your dream life to be manifested in front of you, right? So when you have that kind of knowing, you're always on the lookout for, okay, what's next? Okay, I accept my current circumstances. Okay, it is how it is, and I am doing the best I can, but what's next? The looking forward to and hoping for, these type of things are something that's very attractive about you. The hope that you bring in yourself, which makes you happy, but also other people. Just the vibe that you have is so uplifting. That I said that already in the beginning, I think. But again, that's coming through, and it's not without a reason. It's not just because you're an optimist. It's through experience of a lot of different situations that you have become like this. So when you are uplifting, it comes off as very genuine. It's not just fluff talk, that positive lingo, some vocabulary. No, it's not just like that. Okay, we have Venus, love, beauty, art, harmony, and relationships. So again, we have the very artistic, creative things. So you might do all of this with in a very creative way. You might speak creatively, or you might be writing these in order to express yourself, or whoever it is, wherever it is, however it is that you express all of this. There's a very flowy, soothing aesthetic quality to you, about you, so you can dress very creatively or aesthetically, and it that kind of makes people feel like you're different, that you've come from plenty of different backgrounds, and you have developed yourself along the way. You have your own unique style and your own way of being, and you're just beautiful, and you don't even know it. That's something that's very apparent from the beginning itself. A lot of them might be interested in starting a relationship with you, because Venus is definitely the planet of love and all adoration, and even if not in a romantic, selfish way, it's not to acquire you, but it's also that in a really pure way, that they really love and appreciate you. This can be talking about your friends, your close family, also some people you've worked with for a long time, just who you have a bit of a bond with. They just adore you. They think you're a beautiful person in yourself, just as you are, just you. You know, you don't have to have specific qualities according to them in order for them to love you so much. It's very unconditional because you don't hold back when you are, you know, close to someone. And just this, you know, this openness to things, whether it is to hope in life or to exploring new avenues and new adventures, you just do it with so much gratefulness. I don't know the word. Again, it's just not reckless. It's something that you do you take it sincerely. Something like that. Or they see it like that. Okay? Yeah, very artistic, harmony seeking. You try to find harmony and balance within yourself, with other people. You have good people skills, so you can do well in any setting. You think fast, you think clear, you take action. Yes. Then we have Taurus, which is a fixed earth sign. Venus rules Taurus. And we also have Capricorn, which is a cardinal earth sign. So 2 earth signs. That is saying that, again, you're feeling, you seem very balanced and grounded and solid. Like you're reliable, very stable. Even though you have these, you know, like, obviously the cardinal signs are action cards and action signs. And fixed is laser focus. Okay? It's a good combo to have, I must say. And Taurus is again very artistic, and obviously if you like channel the energy, then it is very aesthetic. Beauty. Yeah, everything that Venus represents, Taurus kind of embodies. So that is being repeated. But also, you know, it's kind of like slow and steady wins the race with Capricorn. You have a lot of talents that you are working on, but once honed can become your legacy when Capricorn is there. So it's kind of like a genius in the making or a great personality in the making. You can be someone that does quite a bit, you know, because you have such a broad type of understanding of things. Again, 2 of Wands can be like literally you have a lot of diverse experience with cultures, religions, nationalities, etc. Or it can just be in the things that you want to learn and explore and kind of figure things out. It can be inside, outside, whatever. All of those things, plus the way you talk about them, the way you process that information, and how you incorporate all of that within you, the things you have learned so far, which have not been easy. Capricorn is not easy, okay? There's no point of being easy with Cap there. Okay, there's no point. It does not teach you anything, right? So, and it is always looking for the next thing, and it will always get across and pass the hurdles that come its way, but it will pass it through sheer determination, lot of strength, if needed, brute force, but if not necessary, no problem, is sidestep. There are different ways to deal with different problems, but you get through all of them. It is slow and steady, it takes a bit of time, but you will get there. That's the motto for Capricorn. I will make it, you know, in a different way, in a different approach as compared to the other signs, obviously, but yeah, having a clear idea, a clear vision. What else? Yeah, it's in the 10th house, naturally placed, Capricorn. That's about your public life, your career, your reputation. Reputation is something of importance for them. So that's something that could sometimes, again, like bother you once in a while. So you trap yourself, but then you always come out of it, and you're learning much more how to, you know, balance yourself. So people around you who have been there for a long time, and with so many earth signs, I feel like you're very loyal with the contacts and the people that you keep. And these people have kind of seen you flourish and grow into this version that you are today. So they can see how much you have dealt with and how far you have come, and they admire you for that. And they know that there is no way that you're going to fail in any way. And even though you cannot see it yourself because of any reason in the past, they see it for you, and they love you for it. They don't care whether you realize it or not. It's just really cute for them that you don't, but they don't mind. Okay, then we have White Eagle. The connection to divine guidance is within you. Yeah, Six of Swords is about a very guided transformation. The sky opening up is about divinity kind of showing you the way. Okay, it's not the light at the end of the tunnel, but rather it is an opening in the sky and just showing you that all the doom and gloom is over. You still have a way to go, but it's over and you're almost there. So that connect is already there in you, and that's something that, again, see, this is something a little bit deep, right? So I feel like we're talking about people that you already are close with, for at least a lot of you. But you're able to listen to yourself and kind of follow on your own instincts and see that, okay, I think I need to work on this more now. I need to develop this quality, and I need to work on this talent or hone this more. I need to work on my perception. Maybe I'm ready for a new challenge, where should I look for things, etc. Listening to your emotions and understanding what your logic is saying. How do you blend the two of them together, and how do you achieve that goal? Everything, it's all like one by one by one by one. So you need to take guidance from yourself and kind of practice that as well. Right, so that's something that White Eagle is talking about. Also, eagles have a very broad perspective and mindset, so you kind of want to be a little bit future oriented as well, and that's as well very impressive. Okay, we have Condor. Hold the highest vision for your life. You now possess the ability to move past any hurdles. Okay, this is self-explanatory. I'm not going to repeat the message. Then we have Flicker. New rhythms are coming into your life now. You are encouraged to trust and adapt, which you are ready to do, as far as I can tell, and also is very admirable about you. You're very flexible in that sense, because you trust that what is coming next is going to be for your highest best. So what you do is do a good job with whatever opportunity comes towards you in terms of people, situations, or just emotions and thoughts that pop up. Right? That's something that's very admirable as well, how you are able to adapt and how you can switch yourself up to fit that particular situation and sidestep all the hurdles and get out of your own limitations. Yeah. The spark of hustle. Yeah. You can be hardworking. It's just a matter of, Capricorn is hardworking, obviously, but it's not just every and any hard work. I guess it is clear by now. But it's just that you have so much capacity to do so much in such little time and achieve so much, because you have this always ready to explore mindset. It's not that, okay, I found my comfort zone, I'm just going to stick to this place now. Okay, bye. Everything else, I don't want to experience. No. If it's new, you just receive it. You just get it. You just experience it. Okay, whether you incorporate it or not, that's a different question. But the fact that you're open to just checking it out, for example, trying a new dish or trying a new fashion statement, or whatever. It's different for everyone. But you give it a go. Yeah. Again, very bright color here. Really bright. The orange and the yellow. So there's an exciting vibe about you. Get back to elemental. Reaching to the basics of the problem, of the desire, of everything. Sticking to your roots, knowing who you are, but feeling free to explore everywhere else. And really, when you have a strong root, I think I have that in my description box, welcome to Ethernal Realms. Only when you are grounded you can explore the Ethernal Realms. That's the last thing. So it's kind of, when the root is strong, the tree can grow far and wide, as massive as it wants, right? But if it is weak, you don't even know if it's going to live or not. So roots are extremely important. And how you build it, I don't know how you do it, okay? I don't know how you do it, but there's that, you're grounded, you're balanced, and you get to what is really important, okay? You can have the highest vision anyone has ever had, but you need to get down to the basic and do it one step at a time, right? So you're able to do both. You can, so good. I love all the piles, so beautiful. Okay, success and transformation. Yeah, you have transformed what you were. You aren't anymore. You're something a lot more refined, and you'll just keep transforming and growing and blending and incorporating these different areas, different facets of you, developing nuances along the way and becoming a much more refined version of what you already are. Just the whole point is that you completely express your spirit as best as you can, at its glorious, most glorious, shining self, right? And it only can be done through transformation. That includes difficulties. If everything is comfortable, we will never transform. So you might be seeking transformation and change, whether it is in your physical appearance or your physical surrounding or your emotional inner world, or it is in the world that you are building, and the vision that you are creating for the future and what you can add to it, right? So just shifting things, trying new stuff and experimenting and seeing how that affects you. If nothing else, it is knowledge, right? There is no failure at any point here, okay? There's no failure. It's only more knowledge and a lot more wisdom if you let it, flow to you like that. Okay, the distraction of shiny things. Distraction. We talked about this? Did we talk about this? Hang on. This deck is a little bit new, so I'm not exactly very sure. Yeah. So taking stock and leveraging your strengths, polishing and buffing your image, the strength of discernment. Exactly. Knowing exactly what is right for you and what is not right for you at this time. Yeah. So it's about not giving into the distraction of everything. It's kind of like, I don't know how to explain this. One thing is that for some people it is that comfort is something that you have been seeking for such a long time, that it is kind of the shiny thing and you don't want anything uncomfortable and rough, right? Shiny is when it's completely polished. So you kind of stay in that comfort zone and you just stay there. But adventures and outside and exploring, all of that seems very, very difficult. But you don't do that. Instead, for you, the exploration is the shiny thing. The new is the shiny thing. Get it? So you go after that and you polish that. It is not available. There's no joy in anything. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but when you make something happen from zero, that's something to be proud of. If it's already there, then it's already there. Of course, like, you keep it going, that's definitely a challenge. I'm not saying no, but I feel like the joy is a lot about how you bring it to its shiny element. So how the coal is transformed to diamond. That's something, like, it has extreme pressure, not gorgeous to look at in the beginning, and it is a very difficult process, but what comes out of it is so priceless, so priceless that you can't help but notice that thing, right? It doesn't have to, it cannot begin from a very easy spot, basically. Yeah, that's something. Oh, that was a bit serious. People might be, yeah, very attracted to you, you know, quite pretty, I feel. Very attractive. Physically, I mean. So this can be talking about them getting distracted by you, you know, a little bit. Or your voice is very attractive. I don't know where I got that, but maybe your voice is very, very attractive. Yeah. Okay. And then we have fierce serenity. Lovely. Yeah. Nothing is rough. Nothing is exhausting. Nothing is aggressive at all. It is obviously fierce when you have Capricorn there and all that determination with all these swords, Queen of Swords, Knight of Swords, and you know, you want to explore and everything. There is a fierceness to you. You have that adventurous fieriness to you, but you're not being exhausting about it. I hope that makes sense. And that's very nice. It's a gentle power within you. Yeah, rather than brute force. Okay. Thank you, universe, for helping me see beyond the limits of fear. Thank you for expanding my perceptions so that I can see what is of the highest good. Yeah. I think that's as well very clear. People love the way you have transformed yourself, how you have come out of tough situations, how you have not let things limit you, not for longer than they need to, just that you've learned from your difficulties and because you've evolved from them, now whenever a similar situation happens, you're not afraid anymore, right? So you're able to see and you are able to trust that whatever is happening right now or has happened in the past, which was not the easiest and not fun, has shaped you a certain way, and you respect that, you're grateful for it, you're appreciating it, and that's something very admirable by other people as well. I recognize that I have chosen fear and I choose again. I choose love. Yeah, I feel like you're ready for a change, and I feel like your close people think that you deserve it. You deserve a bit of a new space, a new mindset. Yeah, this was a little bit of a tangent. This reading has been a mixture of what others are seeing you and also what they find attractive about you. I guess that's going in the title then. Thank you, Pile 4, for being here. Okay, I hope you enjoyed. And if you did, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want a personal reading, you can always reach me via my Etsy shop. The link is in the description box and the comment below. If you want to check out any of my other readings, then you can always do so. YouTube is completely available for you. But yeah, I will see you in some of my other videos. Until next time, take care. Bye.